Today I'm talking about shattering your limiting beliefs. When I first started hearing the term limiting beliefs, I didn't really understand what it meant. And I wasn't quite sure what to think. Why would I want to limit myself? Is what I was thinking. It has taken me a while to fully understand how our past experiences create subconscious beliefs that aren't serving us, and that they run in the background of our minds without us even realizing it. Just like we don't have to think about breathing or seeing or hearing or our heart beating, it just happens. So do our limiting beliefs. They run in our minds without us realizing it. But as I learned more, I realized how limiting beliefs were, and sometimes still do, hold me back in my life and in achieving my goals. Some examples of some of the limiting beliefs that I've had in the past was that I don't have a college degree, so I can't get a better job. And I'm not an outgoing person, so I can never be popular. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. And I'm not rich, so I can't invest my money. Now, there were many, many more that I discovered as I began learning about all of this, but that gives you an idea of limiting beliefs. And we all have limiting beliefs, whether we know it or not, or whether we want to admit it. It's just part of our human nature is to have a limiting beliefs. And if you can relate to some of the limiting beliefs that I had, I want to tell you that you can change it. You can change your programmed belief system into a more empowering one. You can create new beliefs that help you live your best life. So, here is a 4-step formula you can use to start to change your belief system. And I'm using the acronym AISA. So, the first step is aware. Become aware of your limiting beliefs, because or become aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts turn into emotions and your emotions dictate your behavior. So if you have negative thoughts, you're going to have negative emotions, and then your behavior is not going to be positive. So let me tell you a story about when I discovered that I was becoming aware of my thoughts. I was driving home from work, and I was married at the time, and so I'm driving home from work and I'm thinking about all the things that my husband does that make me mad, and all the arguments that we've had. And I noticed my feelings starting to change, and I was getting really angry and frustrated and even a little depressed. And all of a sudden, I just woke up. It was like I woke up, kind of snapped out of my thought process. And I thought to myself, why am I thinking about this stuff? All this stuff is in the past. We've already dealt with it. Why am I thinking about it now? And so I was able to become aware of my thoughts and stop them. So step 1 is awareness, but don't shame or judge the thought, because you are not your thoughts. You have thoughts. So become aware of your thoughts. They affect your emotions and your behavior. And then the next step is interrupt your thought. So in my example, I interrupted my thought. Why am I thinking about this? I stopped thinking about it and started thinking about something different. You want to interrupt your negative thought. Thank your brain for trying to protect you and tell it that you've got this. The sneaky thing about these thoughts is that they're really trying to help you. Your brain's job is to keep you safe. But too often, it really keeps us stuck in our comfort zone instead. And nothing good ever comes from there. So interrupt the thought. The next step is to say something positive. Use a positive affirmation to counter your negative thought. This will help move your emotions and thoughts into a more positive and empowering direction. So, for example, if your thoughts are saying, I don't have a college degree, so I can't get a better job, you'd say, thank you, brain, for that. But I now know that I can learn new skills to increase my value and obtain a better job. When you're doing this, you always want to use a positive statement in the present tense. And then the fourth step here is action. You want to take a small step towards what you really want. So no matter how small, you must prove to your brain that you can move towards your goal, and it's going to be okay. You're still going to be safe. You can take the action and still be safe. Using the previous example, you might start researching what new skills you want to learn. Now, when you first start doing this, you're probably going to feel a little silly. I know I did at first, but it gets easier as you do it more and more. And if you can do it in front of a mirror, it's even more powerful, looking yourself in the eye in the mirror. This exercise is called retraining your brain, or neuroplasticity. We weren't born with negative thoughts and emotions. They were learned, and you can unlearn them. That's the good news.